Before the dawn of time, before the first star ignited the heavens, there was nothing. Imagine, if you will, an immeasurable void, a boundless expanse of emptiness where silence reigned supreme. This was the primordial chaos, the origin from which all things sprang. The ancient Greeks called this void chaos, a fitting name for a realm devoid of form, structure, or purpose. It was a realm of pure potentiality, a canvas waiting for the first brushstroke of creation. But within this apparent nothingness, a spark of life lay dormant, a seed of cosmic order waiting for the right moment to unfurl. This seed, this primordial energy, held within it the blueprint for everything that was, is, and ever shall be. The Greeks, with their insatiable curiosity and thirst for understanding, sought to make sense of this enigmatic beginning. They wove tales of gods and monsters, of cosmic battles and divine interventions. Their myths, passed down through generations, offered a glimpse into their understanding of the universe's birth pangs. From the depths of this primordial abyss, the first entities emerged. These were not gods as we might imagine them, Olympian deities with human-like forms and emotions. No, these were beings of pure cosmic force, personifications of the very elements that made up existence. First came Gaia, the Earth Mother, her form vast and nurturing, embodying the solidity and fertility of the ground beneath our feet. From her fertile womb, all life would eventually spring. Next came Uranus, the Sky Father, his starry form arching above Gaia, representing the boundless heavens and the life-giving rain. Then came Eros, the embodiment of love, that irresistible force which draws all things towards each other, the catalyst for creation itself. And let us not forget the dark forces that also stirred in the void. Nyx, the primordial goddess of night, her presence as old as time itself, representing the mysteries and terrors that lurk in the shadows, and her brother Erebus, the personification of darkness, shrouded the nascent cosmos in an impenetrable veil. These primordial deities, born from chaos itself, became the building blocks of the universe as we know it. Their interactions, their loves, and their conflicts would shape the destiny of all that was to come. The ancient Greeks envisioned the birth of the cosmos as a grand, almost theatrical event. Imagine, if you will, a vast silver egg shimmering with the promise of creation. This cosmic egg, suspended within the void, contained within its fragile shell the potential for all things. Inside this primordial egg, the opposing forces of chaos and order, of creation and destruction, swirled in a delicate balance. This fragile equilibrium couldn't last forever. From within this cosmic egg, a being of immense power emerged. He was Phanes, the Shining One, the bringer of light and life. With a mighty burst of energy, Phanes shattered the cosmic egg, splitting the darkness and setting in motion the grand cycle of creation. Fragments of the eggshell, imbued with the essence of creation, formed the heavens and the earth. And so, from the void, from the raw potential of chaos, a universe was born. But this was just the beginning. The story of the Greek gods is a tale of epic struggles, of love and loss, of betrayal and triumph. It's a story that continues to captivate and inspire us, even today, millennia after it was first told. From the shattered remnants of the cosmic egg, a new order began to emerge. Uranus, the Sky Father, took his place as ruler of this nascent cosmos. Below him, Gaia, the Earth Mother, basked in his celestial embrace. Together they brought forth a race of mighty beings, the Titans. Uranus, consumed by his own power, surveyed his creation with pride and apprehension. Fear began to take root in his heart. He would imprison his own children, casting them into the deepest recesses of the earth. Gaia watched in anguish as her children, the mighty Titans, were cast into the depths of her own being. Their cries of despair echoed through her caverns, each reverberation a fresh wound on her maternal heart. The weight of their imprisonment, both physical and emotional, pressed down upon her. She had always been a nurturing force, a life-giver, but Uranus's cruelty ignited a fire within her, a mother's fury at the injustice inflicted upon her offspring. She could not stand idly by while her children suffered in eternal darkness. Gaia, the Earth Mother, began to plot her revenge. From the depths of her being, she birthed a new creation, a being of pure elemental power. This was Typhon, a monstrous serpentine giant, the embodiment of all that was wild and untamed in the world. Typhon, with his 100 dragon heads and eyes that flashed with volcanic fire, was a force to be reckoned with. Gaia tasked Typhon with overthrowing Uranus, with freeing her imprisoned children and restoring balance to the cosmos. But Typhon was just one being, albeit a powerful one, against the might of the Sky Father. Gaia knew she needed something more, a weapon capable of striking at Uranus's very essence. Deep within the earth, hidden from Uranus's watchful gaze, the imprisoned Titans languished. They were giants, yes, but even giants could be broken by despair. Their father's tyranny had cast a long shadow over their hearts, but a flicker of hope remained. Gaia, their mother, had not forgotten them. She spoke to them through the earth itself, her voice a low rumble in their subterranean prison. She told them of her plan, of the monstrous Typhon and the weapon she was forging. One among the Titans listened intently, his spirit unbroken by the years of confinement. This was Cronus, the youngest of Gaia's sons, cunning and ambitious. He yearned for freedom, for vengeance against his father, and he saw in Gaia's plan a chance to seize power for himself. Gaia presented Cronus with the weapon she had created, a gleaming adamantine sickle, sharp enough to cut through the very fabric of existence. This was no ordinary blade. It was imbued with Gaia's own power, her fury and her sorrow. Cronus accepted the sickle, his grip tightening around its haft. He would be Gaia's instrument of revenge, the harbinger of a new age. Word of Gaia's plan and Cronus's determination reached Uranus. He trembled not from fear but from a deep-seated unease. He had always been wary of prophecies, those cryptic pronouncements that whispered of destinies beyond his control. And one prophecy in particular haunted his dreams. It foretold of his own downfall, of a sun rising against him to claim the heavens. This prophecy, delivered by the Moirai, the three sisters who spun the threads of fate, had fueled his paranoia, driving him to imprison his own children. Now, with Cronus armed with the adamantine sickle, the prophecy seemed perilously close to fulfillment. Uranus, in a rare moment of doubt, consulted the oracle of Gaia, hoping to glean some insight, some way to avert his fate. The oracle, veiled and mysterious, uttered a cryptic response. The cycle of power is not broken but transformed. What is sown shall be reaped. Uranus, his mind clouded by fear, interpreted the prophecy as a confirmation of his worst fears. He would be overthrown, his reign brought to an end by his own son. But what the oracle left unsaid, what Uranus failed to comprehend, was that even in defeat, even in the face of seemingly insurmountable odds, destiny has a way of unfolding in unexpected ways. The tension was palpable. It crackled in the air like static electricity. Gaia watched as Cronus prepared to confront Uranus. Cronus, gripping the sickle, felt anticipation and trepidation. He had to be cunning, to strike when Uranus least expected it. As Uranus drew close, Cronus emerged from hiding. The sickle sliced through the air, a silver arc against the sky. Uranus, caught off guard, roared in pain and surprise. The impact of Cronus's act reverberated through the cosmos. Uranus, wounded and dethroned, retreated into the depths of the sky, his reign over the universe shattered. From his spilled blood, monstrous creatures were born. The giants, embodiments of primal rage, and the Erinyes, vengeful spirits who haunted the guilty with their unrelenting fury. Gaia, her heart torn between triumph and horror, watched as the world convulsed around her. Cronus, standing victorious but shaken, surveyed the scene, the adamantine sickle dripping with his father's essence. His first act as the new ruler was to free his imprisoned siblings, the Titans, from their subterranean prison. The earth rumbled as the Titans, freed from their confinement, emerged into the light. They were giants among gods, their forms imbued with the raw power of the nascent world. There was Atlas, who would later bear the weight of the heavens upon his shoulders. Prometheus, the firebringer, whose defiance of the gods would have far-reaching consequences, and Epimetheus, his brother, whose rash actions would unleash Pandora's box of sorrows upon the world. The Titans, led by Cronus, had won their freedom, but their victory came at a steep price. The world was forever changed, scarred by the violence of Uranus's downfall. Cronus, having overthrown his father and claimed the throne of the cosmos, ushered in a new era. This was the golden age of the Titans, a time of prosperity and abundance. Under Cronus's rule, the seasons flowed smoothly. The earth yielded bountiful harvests, and peace reigned over the land. He took his sister Rhea as his wife, and together they ruled over the Titans, their court a dazzling display of power and majesty. But despite the outward appearance of peace and prosperity, a shadow of fear lingered in Cronus's heart. He had learned a valuable lesson from his father's downfall, a lesson etched in the very fabric of his being. Power, once seized, must be guarded jealously. He couldn't shake the memory of the prophecy foretold to Uranus, the prophecy that spoke of a son rising against his father to claim the heavens. Cronus, determined to break this cycle of violence, resolved to defy fate itself. He would not suffer his father's fate. He would not be overthrown by his own offspring. And so Cronus, driven by fear and paranoia, committed an act even more monstrous than his father's. Each time Rhea gave birth to one of his children, Cronus, his heart heavy with dread, snatched the newborn from her arms and swallowed them whole. Rhea, her heart shattered by Cronus's cruelty, was driven to despair. She had watched in horror as Cronus, her husband, her king, devoured their children one by one. Hestia, Demeter, Hera, Hades, Poseidon, each child swallowed into Cronus's insatiable maw, their cries silenced before they could even utter their first words. The weight of her grief threatened to consume her, but within her despair, a flicker of defiance ignited. She refused to let Cronus take her last child, her youngest son Zeus. Rhea, seeking the counsel of Gaia, her mother, retreated to the island of Crete, a place of ancient magic and hidden groves. There, in a cave shrouded in mist and mystery, Gaia devised a plan, a desperate gamble to save Zeus from Cronus's tyranny. She presented Rhea with a stone wrapped in swaddling clothes, a perfect substitute for a newborn child. With a heavy heart, Rhea presented the stone to Cronus, her face a mask of grief, but her eyes glimmering with a mother's fierce love. Cronus, blinded by paranoia and his own twisted sense of self-preservation, swallowed the stone whole, unaware that he had sealed his own fate. Hidden away in a remote cave on the island of Crete, young Zeus grew, nurtured by the nymphs of the sacred mountain. The cave, shrouded in legend and guarded by the fierce Curetes, warriors who clashed their shields to mask the infant god's cries, became Zeus's sanctuary, a place of refuge from his father's insatiable hunger. He was raised on the milk of the divine goat, Amalthea, her milk imbued with a power that nourished both body and spirit. Zeus, unaware of his true parentage and the perilous destiny that awaited him, thrived in the care of the nymphs. He learned the ways of the world from the ancient spirits of the island, their wisdom shaping his young mind. But even in this idyllic sanctuary, the echoes of Cronus's tyranny reached Zeus. As Zeus grew into manhood, the time for reckoning drew near. Rhea revealed to Zeus the truth of his birthright and Cronus's tyranny. Zeus vowed to avenge his siblings and overthrow his father's rule. With the blessings of Gaia and the guidance of Metis, Zeus set out to challenge Cronus. Disguised as a cupbearer, Zeus infiltrated Cronus's court. He offered the poisoned drink to Cronus, who drank deeply. The potion worked, forcing Cronus to regurgitate his swallowed children. Hestia, Demeter, Hera, Hades, Poseidon, each emerged, eager for revenge. Zeus, wielding his thunderbolts, unleashed his fury upon the Titans. His brothers, Hades and Poseidon, fought by his side. The Titanomachy spilled over into the mortal realm, causing chaos. Gaia, horrified by the devastation, sought to intervene. She prophesied that the key to victory lay with the Hecatonchires. Zeus descended into Tartarus and struck a bargain with them. The Hecatonchires joined the fray, tipping the scales in favor of the Olympians. The final confrontation took place on the plains of Thessaly. Cronus faced Zeus, his eyes blazing with fury. The clash between them was cataclysmic, each blow sending shockwaves. Zeus, empowered by his siblings and the Hecatonchires, emerged victorious. Silence descended upon the battle-scarred plains of Thessaly. The Titanomachy was over and a new order emerged. The Olympian gods, led by Zeus, stood triumphant. The world was still reeling from the cataclysmic battle. Yet, amidst the devastation, a sense of hope flickered. The Olympians turned their attention to establishing their rule and restoring order. Zeus surveyed his newly won domain, the weight of responsibility heavy. He divided the cosmos amongst his siblings to maintain balance. Poseidon ruled the seas, Hades the underworld, and Zeus the heavens. Zeus sought to rule through wisdom and compassion, not fear. His court on Mount Olympus became a place of debate and compromise. The Olympian siblings brought a vibrant tapestry of life to the heavens. Hera embodied marriage and family despite Zeus's infidelities. Demeter brought forth life from the earth, her wrath a terrible famine. Apollo and Artemis, the radiant twins, charmed and protected the wild places. With Olympian rule established, a new world order took shape. The gods intervened in mortal lives, bestowing favors and punishments. Heroes rose to prominence, aided by the gods or facing their wrath. The Olympians, though powerful, were driven by passions and jealousies. Their stories served as cautionary tales and reflections of Greek society. The age of the Olympians was an age of wonder and profound lessons. The rise of the Olympian gods was a seismic shift in existence. The earth, scarred by battles, began to heal. Human civilization flourished under the Olympians' newfound order. Temples and festivals celebrated their myths and legends. The presence of the gods was felt in every aspect of daily life. This reflected a worldview where the divine and mundane were intertwined. The ancient Greeks portrayed their gods as flawed, complex beings. Zeus's infidelities and Hera's jealousy mirrored human struggles. Ares reveled in bloodshed, while Demeter's grief resonated with loss. The Olympians served as both role models and cautionary tales. The myths shaped moral behavior and reinforced societal values. Tales of hubris, like Icarus, served as cautionary tales. The myths offered explanations for natural phenomena and human condition. They were constantly reinterpreted to reflect evolving Greek values. From chaos and the rise of Olympians, a world was shaped. The Greeks gave us a mirror to humanity through their mythology. The Olympian influence is seen in art, literature, and language. Myths are narratives we weave to make sense of the world. Our journey through Greek mythology ends here for now. These stories continue to captivate and inspire us. If you've enjoyed this journey, like and subscribe for more. Remember, the power of myth lies in the retelling and finding new meaning.